Wait, it's not there yet.
It started recording.
No, it's now it's action.
Ay, Dios mío.
Okay, just again, patrols would be dropped off between 7:20 and 7:25. And they cannot have any siblings that would be left out there also. They will need to be dropped off through the car line or be a biker walker because we have no supervision out there. It's a 5-minute window and only 5 minutes because I need the cars to get out before the buses arrive for safety purposes. So just to remind you, 7:20 to 7:25. Once we open the gate, the patrols will go either directly to breakfast, which I'm not sure why they wouldn't go to breakfast because it's free, or they go straight to post. It's their choice, so they don't have to eat first thing, or hey, they can eat at home and have breakfast. I would do that.
And save it for snack if they need to.
Or I would just eat it then and bring a snack. So now on Friday, we are going to go directly to the courtyard before they get breakfast, and we're going to do our flag raising ceremony and go over any announcements that they would need to know. And at that time, they're going to stand in a single file line with their platoons once we determine what their platoons are, and the courtyard. During the courtyard meetings, there should be no talking without raising your hand for permission so that we can make sure everything is heard. Next slide, please. How'd I done that?
You did very well. Safety patrol belts. Only items that are provided by myself or Mrs. Tidd can be put on your belt. It's not there to decorate and do all bedazzling for, although we do like the bedazzling ourselves, but you just can't do that. Please don't just put on, when we get you the badges, you'll put those on and that'll be that. Washing the belt. I wrote on there, click it together. That's the best way. And using one of those net bags, lingerie bags, in the wash machine, it really does a good job with it and it will clean it. Belts should be worn neatly so they don't hang off the body. So tighten them up, not off the shoulder and all that. Sorry, dog issue. Belts should be worn at all times. Exception to the rule would be PE, recess. They can obviously take it off. That's cool. Or if they're doing something in class like painting or
something that would cause.
I wouldn't want them to get anything on the belt if they didn't have to.
That's right.
And then if they're wearing a jacket, a lot of these kids freak me out and wear these hoodies when it's 99 degrees. It should be worn on the outside of the hoodie or whatnot. And sometimes it might get cold.
Not very often.
But still on the outside. That's it. Next slide, please.
Okay, for the rules and the duty that they have, they must follow all school rules. Am I on the wrong one?
Post. Did you skip duty or you went to post? I don't know.
Maybe I jumped ahead.
She might.
I did. I jumped ahead. Sorry.
It's her, not you.
Not
Mrs.
you.
Amato.
Not you, Miss Amato. That was my fault. I was trying to get done faster.
Technical difficulties.
Okay, patrol should go to post directly after having breakfast. In other words, we don't want them hanging out with their friends eating breakfast and not making it to post. Post ends at 8 a.m. when the bell rings, and they're supposed to go directly to their homeroom class as quickly and quietly as they can. Patrols are dismissed at 1:50 from their classrooms and should go directly to post, and they end at 2 o'clock. So there's no reason for them not to be where they need to be for dismissal.
They've been doing a great job, seriously, on their posts. They just don't want to get off their posts. This is what I'm noticing. So, and then they checked, even someone today said, am I to be off my post? And it was like 2:04. I'm like, yeah, get off. What are you doing? So just making that clear for them too.
And we recommend that all patrols have some kind of watch so they can see what time it is. When they're on post, they should be standing straight and tall with their 2 feet on the ground, no leaning and, sitting down and looking, I want to say the word lazy, not looking lazy. They're not supposed to be talking to their friends or reading or doing their homework or eating on post. That's why they're supposed to do their breakfast before they go to post. Next slide, please.
So while they're on duty, they must follow all the school rules at all times. And, I say that, but it makes me think of when they're not on duty, they should be being held to a higher standard. And I shouldn't have to say anything like going through the hallway and hearing kids screaming and yelling, and I turn the corner and it's a patrol. No, it shouldn't be a patrol. That's the idea. So always speak when you do need to correct a student for what they're doing. If there is a situation, patrols, as in, please walk, please keep off the grass, please, and never put your hands on another student. We don't ever want to see that, including their clothes. That's the same thing. Don't grab their backpacks, nothing. If you are in a situation that you see might get physical, where you see something's going to happen, or if you observe a serious situation, go get the closest adult immediately. It's not necessarily us. It's whoever's right nearby or in that classroom if there is a situation where you do see something like that. Not here at HLJ, but
No.
Next slide. Good, you did.
We have our write-up, report, and turning in paperwork. For patrols, we have a write-up paper for each student that they're telling us that the rule that they broke. Student does not need to stop after the third warning. He should still be written up. So you're still writing it down if there's a problem. It's always about safety. It's not about anything else. And you're only writing up students during your post time, not during fine arts time, not during the classroom time, not at lunchtime. It's only when you're on post would you do any write-ups of anyone that's not following safety rules.
And on this Friday's meeting, I'm going to hand out a copy for everybody to have that, and we'll go over that a little bit more in detail for you guys, patrols, okay?
That's right. We'll have extra forms that'll be located in one of our rooms, and you need to make sure you're on the form. You get as much information as you can, especially the student's name and the teacher's name if possible. And if you can't get it from the student, there's usually other students around who would like to be helpers.
We'll explain that again more on Friday as well.
You're going to turn in any write-up reports to the basket or bin that will be outside my room. And I would really like it that no one interrupts our classes after 8 a.m. related to patrol situations, because we're now in instructional mode and we need to be teaching, not dealing with our patrol situation. So if you have a concern, you can write it down, put it in the basket, and we will look at it and get back to you. Just make sure your name is on it, right?
Yes, next slide, please.
Oh, this is a fun one for you.
Oh, officers. Officers will be selected at midterms. I wrote that on there at midterm just because, like, in the middle of the semester, we're just getting started. These first 2 weeks, I don't even think they count. So selection is going to be based on confidential nominations by fourth grade teachers. We actually give them a list. We ask them, who do they think? We ask fifth grade, what do they think? We ask fine arts teacher, what do you think about these? And then even the safety patrols get to nominate their peers as to who would be officers in good quality. And there are a lot of different positions. You heard us mention previously about platoon leaders and things like that. There's a lot of different jobs. Officers are expected to display superior leadership skills, dependability, fairness, ability to work with others, ability to settle disputes maturely, and independence.
Next slide. Why do I get all the yucky ones?
I'm sorry.
Consequences for failure to follow the required duties and or school rules. The first time that a student or patrol doesn't follow the required duties or school rules, you're getting a warning, which is the first infraction. The second time they would get a warning also. The third time they're going to get a yellow card or paper that will go home that the parent will need to sign. The fourth time they do it, it's a red card and a suspension of safety patrol duties, which means they're going to need to give up their belt and they will not be going on post. They will have time to be reinstated from that situation as by the end of the trimester or by the midterm, depending on when it happens. The fifth one would be a permanent termination of safety patrol duties, which will mean they will not be reinstated and they will not have their belt returned to them. And any adult can issue an infraction for behavior deemed unbecoming a safety patrol. So it's not just Miss Ingram and it's not me that just walks around throwing out infractions. Other teachers can see a student who's doing something that's not appropriate and give them a warning, and then we will have to go with that consequence. So we all need to be at our best at all times when we're on campus.
Next slide, please. Immediate suspension of safety patrol duties. Belt turn in and no longer on post. So here's how it works. And if there's an area of concern with a hashtag marked in any category of your conduct and behavior section on the progress report or the report card, that is part of it. Area of concern marked for any of the fine arts subjects or progress report or on the report card. Dishonesty or disrespect, including but not limited to lying and or cheating found in the classroom or at any time on campus. failure to attend school on time and or Friday safety patrol flag raising ceremony regularly. That doesn't mean like one time, you guys. That means like if it's a constant thing and you continuously miss this very important time that we share and we have meetings and we discuss things, that's what we're talking about. Any misconduct deemed unbecoming of a safety patrol by the safety patrol committee. Now going back to that. So let's say you get a hashtag on your conduct and behavior for this progress report. So what happens is it's an immediate suspension. You have to turn in your belt. You don't get to go on your post. But then once report card comes out and you've cleared it up and you've straightened up your behavior, you're fine, you're good, all is well. We hand you back your patrol belt. You get to go back on post. You're reinstated. Understood? Yes. Okay.
Immediate termination of safety patrol duties. Belt is turned in and no longer on post as if you get a discipline referral from administration. Any misconduct deemed unbecoming of a safety patrol by the safety patrol committee can also cause immediate termination of the safety patrol duties for you. So basically, you do not want to be in the office for things like fighting or calling out names that are inappropriate. You want to be at your best ability at all times. Next slide, please.
No, I'm not doing this one.
Okay, I get to do another one. Okay, normally we have fundraisers to save money, to get money together in case we get to go on our DC trip, which we don't know yet if we get to go, but I did contact the, why can't I think of the name of it?
Our travel agent.
Travel agency. And we're getting information about it. I couldn't think of the word.
We have the wheels in motion.
And I've already ordered the coupon books, the great $25 coupon books that you sell. And you earn part of that money if we get to go on a trip to go towards that trip for you. We also do ice pops, which we're going to need some parent volunteers as long as we're still in the good state that we might be in to be able to allow parent volunteers to be on campus. And in previous years, we've sold poinsettias that were almost taller than Mr. Stanko, if you know who he is. Almost as tall as him.
Almost.
Yeah. So there'll be more information to come about the fundraisers. That would be the stuff we would be going over during our flag raising ceremonies to give out information. And you will receive information about it on the Remind app. Next slide, please. Oops, I went too far.
No. Volunteer hours are determined. So this year, as a safety patrol committee, we came up with the intention of looking towards your future. And as a leader, some of the things that you have in your future is volunteer hours and you know what that actually means for you as a fifth grader and as a patrol. So we came up with the idea of having you help at school events like Meet the Teacher. We asked that you could come. Those of you who did, you got in touch with me. I have it marked. If there's anybody else who came on campus and you know you didn't talk to me about it, feel free, come talk to me about it and I'll make sure I have your time. I did the best I can. I probably already have you written down. But we're also going to institute some after school campus cleanups with the intention of beautifying our campus. There's some times and we see it starting to get bad, or maybe just before an event that we're going to have on our campus and we need some additional assistance with that. And also it goes into our green school that we always work towards for getting our awards and things like that. So we've done some things where we weighed some trash and boy, howdy. So,
and when we're talking the after school campus cleanup, we're talking right after school till 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
We're not talking hours or all Saturday or anything. We're talking a brief, basically 30 minutes of cleaning stuff up and then going from there to leave. So nothing too complicated.
She can't be in the sun too long. So it's probably about 30 minutes.
That's right.
Yeah.
I melt.
Yeah.
And then I burn.
Okay,
good. So our goal is approximately
I was still going.
18
This was still my,
hours.
wait, that was still my slide.
But you were slowed off. You looked at me.
Our goal is approximately 18 hours. We're going to see how it goes depending upon how many events we have. We'll see per trimester. We'll kind of throw it out there. Like our intention is like, oh, you can gain 12 hours, but hopefully you'll get like 6. That's the idea, you know, each time, whatever. We'll try to make more opportunities available. Good? Now I'm good. I'm good now. You can go to the next slide.
If we get to go on a patrol trip, like to Washington, D.C., or to a trip in Florida or somewhere in the county, we'll have more information to come as soon as we have it. If we go to D.C., it's usually a 4-day, 3-night event where we fly on a plane. If you're interested in this for your child to go, you would need to start saving now, because typically it costs about $1,200 per child.
And if things were normal, we would have already collected like a deposit at this time if it was a regular, normal
Year.
3 years ago type idea.
I would like to do the next one.
Please do. Thank you.
Next slide, please. If you have not joined the Remind app, it would be beneficial for you to make sure you're on it, because that is how you get the information from us. The other part I'd like you to know, sometimes you get quite a few little messages coming at one time. That's because in the Remind app, when you type up a message, they only give you a limited number of characters. So sometimes I'm trying to squeeze in all the words I can in a 32-character sentence, which is very hard to do.
Use abbreviations.
So lots of
and things.
times
Yeah.
I might not even have the period in for Wednesday because I don't want to use up that character.
I understand.
So you might get like 3 announcements back to back. It's all about the same thing. I'm just trying to give you all the information. So again, there is the Remind app information. Your child has received it with a paper when they joined coming in the first day of patrol duty. They also received it when they got their belt last year.
But if for any reason you don't have it, here's where you go on the website to go ahead and sign on up.
And I think the last part is, are there any questions?
Fantastic.
That's it. Any questions? Feel free to unmic yourself and speak. Let's go. Anyone have anything to say? We did it in 20 minutes. No one has questions?
I'm going to talk if you guys don't mind.
Oh,
Okay.
good.
I just want to say thank you to all of our safety patrols. You earned this. Safety patrols are really important to me at HL Johnson, and to HL Johnson, you promote safety as number 1, but not only that, you're a leader and you have earned being here. So you have led by example. And so all of our younger students look at you and they appreciate you. And even if I walk around with some of them, they're like, oh, they have a safety patrol belt, and they just get excited seeing you guys. So thank you. Some of you did help at Meet the Teacher, and then some of you have done a lot of different things already. For instance, we had a kindergartner crying. They, were scared. Their parent was leaving them. And one of the patrols, and I'm not exactly sure the name, but gave a sticker. And that kindergartner stopped crying immediately, smiled at our safety patrol, and then went into the classroom. So just these little things that you do every day, you're helping all of our students. I'm so excited that you're a safety patrol, and you've already helped a lot this year with our Meet the Teacher. And I really thank you for being here and doing that and earning this position. And just keep on doing all the great things and making us all at HL Johnson proud of you.
Yes, you guys have been awesome. You really have. Very helpful.
Any questions?
Yeah, I'll take a question here if you guys don't mind.
I don't mind. Do you mind?
I don't mind.
Let's go.
I'm clear? No. Vaughn Hendricks here, Dawson's dad, Dawson Hendricks. And I know, and I just want to make sure that everybody else knows, we had an issue one morning with a flat tire and being late, and then he was absent. The Reminder app is a great place for us to be able to utilize that also for things of that nature.
Yes, that's perfect. I remember the flat tire, and I felt really bad for your day. Because who wants to start the day off like that,
I don't.
I don't. So, and that's the kind of stuff we're talking about. We're not giving you a warning because you had a flat tire and your child didn't make it there. We're just talking about trying to be as positive as we can, but be as consistent as leaders as we can on campus for the other students. So we do appreciate any Remind information you send. Keep in mind though, sometimes I don't get the messages until the end of the day because I'm not looking at it, but I will check and I usually respond back in some fashion. So if you don't get a message, that's probably because I was teaching.
And 5th graders, I want you to understand this too, just to put it out there. Ms. Amato was referring to the kindergartners and younger students, but in particular the 4th graders right now, just like what you were last year, they're looking at you because they are now going to be presented with the opportunity. Hey, if you're interested, you know, you need to let us know. And so when they see what you can do and what your opportunities are and the type of leader that you're showing and exhibiting on campus, it makes them want to be that much more a patrol. So keep it up, keep doing all that you're doing, and we appreciate it. And I look forward to our first Friday meeting this Friday.
And feel free to wear your sparkly belts on Friday.
Yes, I like that addition. And I do have a question for everyone. I'd like some dinner ideas. So I'd like to hear what everybody's having for dinner. No, Miss Motto says no. All right, I'm just checking.
Okay, we're good.
That's
Unless
it.
you have any questions, we're good to go. And
No,
we appreciate all of you and your time that you gave today.
thank
Yes.
you.
Thank you, parents. Thank you, patrols. See you all
Bye.
tomorrow.
Thank you, Miss Amato.
Appreciate you
Adios.
guys. Thank you so much.
Adios.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.